Greetings! You join me today for something slightly different. I haven't done much walking or indeed camping for ages, so we've got a bit of a break in the weather this evening. So I've decided to go out and do a bit of a wild camp tonight. I'm currently speaking to you from the edge of Wylye Woods in South Wiltshire. So I'm going to take a little circuitous route to find somewhere to camp. I've got an idea where I could try, but there's no guarantees that'll be any good, so we'll just sort of suck it and see. So we'll have a bit of a walk first, because it's only now 6 o'clock in the evening, so to kill a couple of hours of daylight, just don't want to camp too early in case you get spotted. So anyway, see how we get on. Got our first sort of view. This is looking down towards Dinton from the edge of Wylye Woods. As you can see, there's one or two breaks in the cloud now. We've had quite a lot of rain the last few days. Not particularly summery weather. It's a bit warmer today. Not exactly boiling hot, but not as cold as it has been anyway. Just walking into the woods now, right on the periphery, on the edge. I think I've been this way before. I'll be coming up to something called Maisie's Den, if I remember correctly, which is a nice little night shelter. I won't be using it, but if you're because actually what we're on at the moment is part of the Monarch's Way, which is a 600-mile long distance route. I think it starts in Worcester and ends, I can't remember where it ends now actually, is it Winchester? But it goes all round the houses to get there. But yeah, so this is a short stretch of it. First time I've had a pack on. This is actually my new backpack. This one's a Osprey Exos 48 litre. Yeah, it's the first time I've had a backpack on my back since a proper one, that is, since I finished the South West Coast Path. So that's a year since I last did any form of backpacking, which is terrible, isn't it? As you may have seen, I've got a bit of a belly on me. I just haven't had the time, haven't had the inclination, haven't quite got the finances, etc, etc. I've got loads of excuses, but as to why I haven't done any more proper decent trails. Hopefully I might have a go at doing something in September, trying to earn a bit of money first. But yeah, hopefully I'll have a go at something in September, I think. Not sure what yet, but something around about the 100-mile mark I would go for. Oh, it looks like this is Maisie's Den, but it seems to have collapsed a bit since the last time I saw it. Yeah, so but I need to get a bit fitter before I can even contemplate attempting something like that, because although I've done some fitness over the winter, it's nowhere near enough, and I certainly lost an awful lot of the aerobic fitness that I had by the time I'd finished the coast path. But anyway, it is what it is, and we are where we are, so let's just get on with it. There's a field of wheat that looks not far off being ready to harvest. There's a bit more greenery up there in amongst that lot, but don't know whether that's weeds or. but certainly on the edge here seems to be looking on the way to being ready. I ummed and ahed as to whether to put a pair of shorts on this evening, because it's relatively warm compared to what it's been. But I'm glad I didn't now, because this path's a bit overgrown in places. It is obviously the height of summer, and certainly after all the rain we've had, all the vegetation, because obviously we had quite a dry June and almost in drought conditions, and then July has just been one period of rain after another, so everything's just sprung to life and growing like mad. And although this track here is a relatively popular walk for some dog walkers, not many of them come this far in. I don't think the Monarch's Way is that popular a trail, so I don't suppose it gets flattened that often by walkers anyway. Whether any tractors come up here, I doubt it, because there's tracks in the fields on either side. So, and nobody will maintain it, because as I say, it's not that sort of a trail, I don't think. It's just left to its own devices. And obviously this time of year, there's the issue of ticks. So it's not a bad thing to be wearing long trousers. Just come out onto a patch where you can go right and go sort of left over there, but then I've just spotted the signs on the tree, so we're actually going to go up here. So here we are, entering the woods. Still a gentle climb, as you can probably tell by my huffing and puffing. Ooh. Not that I'd want to drink it. There's a pool of water down there. I don't know if you can see it. Unusual place. Anyway, yeah, carrying on up now, up towards Grovely Lodge, I think it is. That's a good crop of OSR, quite tall. It's probably 6 foot tall. We've reached the bit now where you could carry on down there towards Wilton, or that's the, I think it joins what's called First Broad Drive, or we're going to stay on this tarmac road now for a short while, because this is still the Monarch's Way, but not for much longer, and then we're going to make our own little route up in a short while. Right, this is where I leave the Monarch's Way. That continues down the hill. Right I'm going to go up here. That says public, by the way, but I don't think this part is. Grovely Woods, basically, they allow access, shall we say. I don't know what the legal definition of it is, but they allow access. So there's all sorts of tracks you can walk down through the woods. So although it's not a public right of way, there is paths here that you are allowed access to. So I'm not completely trespassing. Yeah, I'm sort of making up a route now to where I'm hoping there might be some flattish ground with a decent view. But until I get there, I won't know exactly. Wow, this is roughly where I think we might be able to pitch a tent. Not a bad view from here. Just looking for a levelish bit of ground. This bit here doesn't look too bad. Don't think we're going to upset anybody if we're here. Not overlooked. Yeah, I reckon that'll do. Plonk ourselves down here. Hopefully, the sun's just behind that tree now. By the time it comes down, it'll be in view, and we might even get to see a sunset. So here's where we've pitched. Hopefully we'll get to see some sort of a sunset, or there's a bit of cloud, but we're going to have a half decent view. Wind's completely dropped now. Can't really be seen by anybody. Maybe in the very far distance, but not that it's going to be an issue, hopefully. Well, there we are. We've got spaghetti bolognese. We've pitched the tent. Got here. It's about 5.5 miles walks to get here. It's now 20 to 9 in the evening. So anyway, let's try a mouthful of this, see what this is like. I suppose it's edible. Wouldn't rave about it. I can make a damn sight better, tastier spag bowl than this, but it'll do anyway. Yeah, so we've got a fairly nice pitch right on the edge of the woods. I've already heard I'm assuming it was a stag deer letting out a big bellow earlier on, so we might have some interesting noises during the night. We've just been bombarded by a couple of paragliders. I didn't get out and film them. But as I say, hopefully we're not really overlooked by any farms as such. So this is private property where we are here. there was a gate into this field, but not that there's a footpath marked, but it doesn't come this way, so I'm hoping that we won't get disturbed at all. Because that's always the risk when you are while camping, because I ain't got permission to be here. So we'll be discreet, keep quiet, and hopefully won't be an issue. It's the first night in a tent for, well, many months. I think I said earlier I hadn't done any backpacking or anything since July. Actually, that was a lie, because I remember now I did that Great Stones walk, or half did it anyway, back in October. So that was the last time I did any camping or backpacking. So that's still many months ago. So it's guaranteed I'm going to have a shit night's sleep, because you never do. First night in a tent, you never sleep very well. So we'll just go with the flow, see what happens. Advantage is I've actually got an absolutely top-notch 4G signal here, so I can look at stuff on my phone in a minute if I get bored. Yeah, it was a fairly pleasant walk. As you might have seen, I got quite sweaty. But that's nothing unusual for me, as I've told you all before. I have a condition called hyperhidrosis, which means I sweat excessively. I am overweight, I know I'm overweight, but I suppose it doesn't help the situation, but that doesn't make me sweat. Diet, I mean, obviously tonight this is a freeze-dried meal because it's just easy, but generally speaking I actually eat very healthy food. My problem is I eat too much of it. But I have a stir fry, lots and lots of veg most evenings, and like in the summer it'd be salad. I've tried to cut out bread completely recently, so I've lost half a stone doing that. But my problem is I like beer too much, so I can't seem to give that up. And of course beer is liquid bread basically, so yeah, I think it's going to have to be a case of continue eating healthily, but try and eat a lot less, and try and exercise more. Anyway, that'll do for a minute. It's about 9:30 now. It's getting dark. Damp's coming in, so I've closed the tent up, and I'll probably sit up and read for a bit, or maybe watch a few videos on my phone or something. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me for the evening. Because you're not going to be able to see anything more of me, I wouldn't have thought, in a minute, even if I did try and record. So that'll do for now, and I'll see you all in the morning. I'm just recording for a minute because, well, I don't know if you heard that noise. I think it's a stag deer. You might be able to hear the helicopter going off in the background, but yeah, that sort of barky noise. I might be wrong, I think it's a deer, but it was very close a minute ago. Morning. It's about 6:45 now, I suppose. Didn't sleep too badly. It wasn't a particularly great night's sleep, but I did get some sleep. Just seen one walker walk past, so this place isn't as quite unexposed as I thought. But anyway, she didn't say anything. So yeah, let's get up, kind of make a cup of tea, and break camp shortly. Let's see if my gas bottle lasts out. Don't think there's much gas in. I never bothered checking it. I just assumed there was plenty in there, but it doesn't seem to be the greatest thing this morning. Anyway, someone's coming to see what I've been up to. So we're all packed up. It's just gone 7 o'clock. So we'll start heading off back to the car. We've got about 4 miles to walk, something like that, 4.5 miles. Just to prove that leave no trace. Literally a bit of flattened grass is all there is to see that I was ever here. The way it should be. Yeah, so we'll fight our way back into the woods now and then try and find a path to get back towards the car. As you can probably see, I've already got sweat on. I've sort of had to alter the route I was planning on taking because some of the tracks I was going to go are sort of waist high in grass, which is quite damp after the overnight dew, so I was going to get soaked if I did that. So instead I've joined the main drag through here. I think this one's, I can't know if this is first or second broad drive or something, but yeah, it's the main walk through the forest. So not the nicest because it's sort of tarmac and gravel under feet, so not the softest under feet, but at least you're not going to get soaking wet. Well, we're coming up towards the end of the walk now. Car's probably another 300 or 400 yards down. Only got the bright sunshine now. Hopefully that'll go behind the tree in a second. Yeah, so it wasn't meant to be a particularly long, arduous walk. It's just a chance to get a bit of exercise and have a go at wild camping again, which I haven't done for ages. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, please like, and see you again next time.